The CBS 2 investigators exposed a company accused of a multi-million-dollar scam that ripped off fire victims across the city and suburbs.
Now, former employees are telling Pam Zekman how the man charged with running the scam got his foot in the door of vulnerable homeowners with the help from suburban fire departments.
They arrived soon after the fire trucks. Board-up companies chasing fires to get a piece of the action. The competition is so fierce that fire departments in many suburbs maintain a rotating list of board-up companies to call. So this man, Tad Christensen, increased his calls by loading up the list with more than half a dozen board-up companies operated by him or his family, according to former employees.
The board-up was the first step in the door to get the construction.
And the construction?
Was the moneymaker.
A moneymaker that supported Christensen's expensive hobby, hunting animals around the world. Now Christensen and his wife Donna have been charged with fraud for collecting insurance money for fire restoration work that was not done. To get the work, former employees say the Christensens made payments to some suburban officials. And in those suburbs, the former employees say Christensen's companies had a lock on the board-up business.
Cicero was probably among 5 towns that were just Tad's. They didn't utilize any other companies.
Records show Christensen's companies contributed to campaigns for Cicero Town president. In 1996, he also wrote a check from his board-up company to then Cicero Town president Betty Lauren Maltese for $6,000.
I was told that it was money that was owed to her, period.
Maltese is now in prison for her role in a $10 million insurance scam and could not be reached for comment. What do you think these payments were for?
He wanted all the towns to himself. He wanted all the work to come to just his board-up company.
Jeanette LaRue, another former employee, says she was there when Donna Christensen put about $1,500 cash in an envelope and delivered it to a fire department official in another suburb. Did you hear her say anything to him?
Just, here's what we owe you for the past, month or 2 months.
She believes the money was another example of how Christensen spread money around to secure his position as the go-to board-up guy for fire departments in many suburbs.
They're, supposed to be protecting these people that live in these cities and villages, and basically they were just turning them over to scam artists.
We talked to fire department officials in more than half a dozen suburbs, and they say they no longer do business with Christensen's board-up companies. Pam Zekman, CBS 2 News.
The Christensens could not be reached for comment. Since their arrest last month, they've been in jail, unable to meet the bond requirements set by a judge. Their lawyers had no comment.